somewhere in a corner of the Amazon, one of these animals is about to die. Not from a hunter's gun, not from a trap, from the other predator standing right here on this screen. For millions of years, two silent kings have ruled the Amazon, one that rules from the shadows of the jungle floor, and one that rules from beneath the surface of the water. One hunts on four soft paws that never make a sound. The other hunts with a tail that can break a limb, and jaws that, once closed, never let go. The jaguar, the caiman, two apex predators. Two completely different weapons. And when their paths cross, and they do cross, far more often than you'd think, only one walks away alive. So who wins? Does the cat drag the reptile out of its own territory and kill it on land? Or does the reptile pull the cat into the water, onto its own home turf? Stay with me. The jaguar isn't just another big cat living in the shadow of lions and tigers. Pound for pound, it has the strongest bite force of any cat on Earth, strong enough to crack a turtle's shell straight through, or crush a skull in a single bite. Physically, it's built like a tank wrapped in muscle. A fully grown jaguar measures around 6 feet long from nose to tail, stands about 2.5 to 3 feet tall at the shoulder, and carries roughly 107 to 108 kilograms of raw predatory weight. This isn't lean, sprinting weight, it's dense, compact power built for one purpose: killing fast and decisively. And don't let its bulk fool you into thinking it's slow. When a jaguar decides to give chase, it can hit speeds of nearly 80 kilometers per hour in short. The caiman looks like something that should have gone extinct alongside the dinosaurs, and in a way its ancestors did live alongside them. Depending on the species, a caiman can range from a modest 5 feet to an almost unbelievable 19 feet in length, with the largest individuals reaching around 270 kilograms of armored, muscular mass. This size gap matters. A small caiman is vulnerable. A massive caiman is a nightmare for almost everything in the Amazon, the jaguar included. In the water, a caiman can move at speeds up to 48 kilometers per hour, fast enough to close the distance before its prey even senses the danger. What actually decides these encounters is technique, and the jaguar and the caiman couldn't hunt more differently. The jaguar is a patient hunter. It studies, it waits, it reads the wind, the movement, the rhythm of its target, sometimes for what feels like an eternity, before committing to a single explosive strike. And when it finally strikes, it doesn't go for the throat like a lion. It goes for the skull or the base of the neck, delivering a crushing bite meant to end the fight in one blow, rather than wearing the prey down in a struggle. The caiman plays a long, quiet game. It can lie motionless at the water's edge for hours, sometimes with only its eyes and nostrils above the surface, completely invisible to anything nearby. Then, in an instant, it lunges forward, jaws snapping shut with tremendous force, followed by its signature move, the death roll, spinning its entire body to disorient and overwhelm whatever it has caught. One is a master of the pounce. The other is a master of the ambush and the drag. Now let's see what actually happens when these two strategies collide. Where a lone jaguar moves with silent purpose, hunger sharpening every one of its senses. Every step is calculated. Every step says the same thing. Something is going to die today. Then, its gaze locks onto a nearby pond where a caiman floats lazily in the water, completely unaware that it has just become a target. It keeps drifting along, calm, confident, oblivious to the danger closing in from the bank. The jaguar doesn't rush. It settles at the edge and simply waits still, patient, timing every moment. Minutes pass. Nothing moves. Then, the instant the caiman drifts within range, the jaguar explodes off the bank in a single devastating strike. Its teeth sink in deep. The caiman thrashes violently, twists and fights for its life, but against this much crushing force, there's no real chance of escape. Within moments, the jaguar hauls its prey completely out of the water. Every time these two collide, it's the jaguar that comes out on top. In this next encounter, a restless, hungry jaguar prowls the riverbank, driven by an urgent need to feed. Nearby, a caiman is busy eating its own prey, completely absorbed in its meal. As soon as it finishes, it turns to slip back into the safety of the water, but the jaguar's eyes are already locked onto it. Without wasting a single moment, the cat pounces. The attack is so sudden, so violent, that the caiman has no time to flee before those jaws clamp down on it. It kicks and thrashes in the shallow water, fighting for its life, but the jaguar's grip never loosens. The struggle drags on, but the outcome was never really in doubt. The jaguar doesn't let go until the kill is complete. Takes us back to the riverbank, where another hungry jaguar is stalking the shore without any luck. No prey, no easy meal, just an empty stomach and mounting frustration. Then it spots something on a small sandbar, rising out of the middle of the river, a caiman, sunbathing without a care in the world. Without hesitation, the jaguar slips into the river and starts swimming, cutting through the water with such silent, controlled precision that the caiman doesn't sense the approaching danger at all. By the time it finally realizes the threat, it's already too late. That moment of awareness arrives 1 second too late. The jaguar seizes its prey. The caiman fights back with everything it has. Thrashing violently, but breaking free of this grip proves impossible. We return to the riverbank, where a caiman lies completely still, soaking up the sun, utterly unconcerned. It has no idea it's being watched. Hidden in the dense brush nearby, a jaguar waits patiently, and now it strikes. The ambush is lightning fast, catching the caiman completely off guard. In a desperate attempt to escape, it tries to bolt for the water, but it's simply too slow. The jaguar gets there first and clamps its jaws around the caiman's body. What follows is a brutal, prolonged struggle beneath the surface, both predators locked together for several tense minutes. But when the water finally settles, there's only one winner. The jaguar emerges victorious, claiming yet another kill. Just moments earlier, that caiman had been sunbathing without a worry in the world. It could never have imagined its end would come so violently. For one of the most extraordinary encounters in this entire rivalry, a moment that shows exactly why the jaguar is considered one of the most skilled predators on Earth. Here, a jaguar has already entered the river, hunting something hidden just beneath the surface, something our eyes can barely make out, but its far sharper vision has already spotted. Moving through the water in slow, deliberate steps, it closes in almost invisibly. Then, without warning, it launches into the air and crashes down onto its target. Beneath that surface was a caiman, trusting in its camouflage, a trust that's about to cost it everything. For a few tense seconds, both animals vanish completely beneath the churning water. When they resurface, the scene is dramatic. The caiman is thrashing while the jaguar holds it in an iron grip. Teeth sunk in so deep and with such crushing force that within moments the caiman stops moving entirely. Only then does the jaguar release its hold just long enough to drag its prey away from the water, victorious once again. At this point, you might wonder whether there's some ancient blood feud between these two species. Because the instant they spot each other, the fight begins almost immediately. And so far, every single encounter tells the exact same story. After 5 brutal confrontations, one conclusion is almost impossible to deny: Again and again, it's the jaguar that emerges as the true king of this rivalry. The combination of its stealth, explosive power, and the strongest bite force in the animal kingdom gives it the edge in nearly every encounter we've seen today. But nature rarely deals in absolute certainties. When a caiman grows to an extraordinary size far beyond average, pushing toward that extreme upper limit of 19 feet, the balance of power can shift dramatically, and even a mighty jaguar might find itself outmatched, or wise enough to back down entirely. But those moments are the exception, not the rule. So before you go, here's a question for you. If a fully grown, record-breaking 19-foot caiman and a jaguar ever met face-to-face, would the outcome really change? Or is the jaguar's hunting technique so refined that no matter the size of its opponent, it simply cannot lose? Leave your answer in the comments. I read every single one, and I want to know who you think truly deserves the crown of the jungle. If you enjoyed diving deep into the jungle's fiercest rivalry, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a moment of the next battle. Because trust me, this isn't the last rivalry like this we're going to cover. Until next time, see you in the jungle.